Good morning, students. So, this is Premalata, Department of Mathematics, Mount Zion School, Pudukkottai. So, in the previous module, that is module 1, we have seen about elementary mathematics. So, today in module 2, we are going to learn matrices. So, matrices you have studied in 10th standard. So, now we will be learning in plus 1 as well as plus 2, little advanced. So now I want to read you a quote by Danica McCullough. I tell students that even if they don't like math right now, they can use maths as a brain sharpening tool, a tool that only builds the foundation for a great career, but that also builds self confidence no matter what they choose to do with their lives. Okay, now we are going to see about matrices. So first we will be learning about definition, seeing the definition, then type of matrices, then transpose of matrices, matrices operations, that is addition, multiplication, then basic properties of matrices, then usage of matrix in different fields. And the last one is the determinant, which you will be learning new. So what is this? So this, you have seen in the, when a building construction is going on, bricks will be arranged near the site. So the arrangement of bricks is nothing but the arrangement of matrices. And also you would have seen field, paddy field and other fields, the saplings are arranged in using matrices, that is in rows and columns. So without mathematics there is nothing you can do, and everything around you is mathematics. Everything around you is numbers. So mathematics is very important for our life. So what is matrix? So matrices are nothing but the rectangular arrangement of numbers, expressions, symbols which are arranged in columns and rows. So matrices is nothing but the plural form of matrix. The number present in the matrix are called as entities or entries or even as elements. So matrices find many applications in scientific fields and apply to practical real life problems as well, thus making an indispensable concept for solving many practical problems. So history of mathematics. So matrix is a Latin word for womb, and it retains that sense in English. It can also mean more generally any place in which something is formed or produced. So womb is nothing but the mother's uterus. So where a child is kept in. So it means generally any place in which something is formed or produced. So this is an example of a matrix. So the horizontal lines are taken as the rows and the vertical lines are taken as the columns. So here, see here, a matrix is a rectangular array of elements or entries. The entries are called as Aij, involving m rows and n columns. So the horizontal lines, that is the x-axis, are called as the rows, and the vertical lines, that is the y-axis, are called as the columns. And see here, A11 represents the first row, first element. So A12 is the first row, second element. So what about A21? It represents the second row, first element. So similarly A32, it represents the third row, second element. So likewise we have the elements in here. Now see here, this is, you would have seen in a harbor the containers arranged. So the containers are arranged as matrices. and when each container is taken, it represents an element. So each container represents the element, and the matrix is given by an order. So order, the other name for order is dimension. So see here, order or other name is dimension, and here 3 is an element of the matrix. So 3, 6, 10, all these are called as element of the matrix. And see the first row element 6 and 10. They are the first row element, and 0 to third row element. And see the columns, we have 2 columns. So the dimension over here is 3 rows and 2 columns. So it has 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and 2 columns. So when you write the dimension or order of a matrix, we write the number of rows first by number of columns. So we read this as 3 by 2. It is not 3 into 2, it is 3 by 2, or it is not 3 cross 2 also, because cross we will be using in vector algebra. So we have to read this only as 3 by 2. So the dimension of the matrix is 3 by 2, number of rows by number of columns. So elements can be either a number or a constant. So in our example we saw only numbers, but we can also take it as constants. Then dimension. So what is dimension? The number of rows by number of columns of a matrix. So by does not represent division here. It represents only the cross symbol. Then a matrix is named by its dimensions. So see here few examples we have given. The first one, that is matrix A, there are 3 rows and 2 columns. So the dimension is 3 by 2. Second matrix, that is B, 2 rows, 4 columns, therefore dimension is 2 by 4. And the third one is C, it has 4 rows and 1 column, so the dimension is 4 by 1. Now all this you have studied in 10th standard. What is a row matrix? So a matrix with only one row is called as a row matrix. So any number of columns it can have, but a matrix with only one row is called as a row matrix. So what is column matrix? A matrix with only one column. So here any number of rows it can have, but it will have only one column. So the order of the first matrix, that is a row matrix, is 1 by n, and the order of a column matrix is m by 1. Then square matrix. So types of matrices we will learn now. So what is a square matrix? When number of rows is equal to number of columns, then it is called as a square matrix. So a matrix with order n by n, or we also can say a matrix with order n is called as a square matrix. So here see the first matrix A, it has 2 rows and 2 columns, therefore the dimension is 2 by 2. And the second matrix B has 3 columns, 3 rows, so the dimension or order is 3 by 3. Therefore these 2 matrices are called as square matrix. Then coming to diagonal matrix. Matrix with order n by n, that is a diagonal matrix should be a square matrix. So a square matrix where Aij is not equal to 0 and Aij equal to 0 for I not equal to j. That is The leading diagonal alone we will be having the elements. All other elements will be 0. So, a diagonal matrix will have elements only in the leading diagonal. All other elements will be 0 other than the leading diagonal. Then scalar matrix. So, a scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix and a diagonal matrix is a square matrix. Therefore, a scalar matrix should be also a square matrix. So, here it is a scalar matrix is one in which the diagonal elements are equal. So, diagonal matrix we saw different elements in the leading diagonal, but here the leading diagonal should have the same elements, but all other elements will be 0. So, see here leading diagonal we have 2. So, 2 can be taken out and so it is 2 into a scalar matrix. Here K can be taken as 2. And what is an identity matrix? A diagonal matrix in which the diagonal elements are 1 are called as identity matrix. Identity matrix or the other name for identity matrix is unit matrix. So, A matrix A is a 3 by 3 matrix and matrix B is a 2 by 2 matrix. An upper triangular matrix. So, upper triangular matrix, if every element below the diagonal is 0, or we say Aij equal to 0 for I greater than j. So, above the leading diagonal you will be having elements, but below the leading diagonal the elements should be 0. So, then it is called as a upper triangle. Remember, it will be just opposite. Upper means lower part of the leading diagonal will be having 0 elements. So, similarly, lower triangular matrix, the opposite. Upper part of the leading diagonal matrix, the elements will be 0. So, you have to remember it very carefully. So, now here are few examples for types of matrices. So, first one is a row matrix. So, it has 3 columns and 1 row. So, it is a 1 by 3 row matrix. It is a row matrix. And next one is a column matrix. So, it has 3 rows, 1 column. So, the dimension is 3 by 1. Then see here 0 matrix. So, the other name for 0 matrix is null matrix, and it can be represented by capital O. And remember that matrices are always represented by capital letters. We cannot use small letters to represent a matrix. So, the 0 matrix or null matrix is represented by O. So, next one is a diagonal matrix. So, the leading diagonal only we have elements and A, B, C. The other elements are 0. Then we have scalar matrix, leading diagonal, all the elements are equal, that is A. Then we have unit matrix, a 3 by 3 unit matrix, and you have to keep it in mind that unit matrix is always represented by capital I. So, unit matrix is I. So, the other name for unit matrix is identity matrix. Then we have upper triangular matrix. So, upper triangle, below the leading diagonal the elements are 0. Lower triangular matrix, above the leading diagonal elements all the elements are 0. Then we will see the transpose of matrices. So, what is a transpose? So, the transpose of a matrix is a new matrix that is formed by interchanging the rows and columns. That is, completely you will be getting a new matrix. That is, if a matrix is of order 3 by 2, then the new matrix will be of order 2 by 3. That is, the rows will become as columns and columns will become as rows. So it is denoted by A dash or A transpose. Then we have example of transpose of a matrix. So see the first one, it is a 2 by 2 matrix. So because it is a square matrix, the transpose is also of order 2 by 2. But see the elements. The elements are completely different. So a new matrix is formed. So A is not equal to A transpose in this case. Now see the next one. It is a matrix of order 1 by 1. We have only one element. So both the matrices are equal. Then see the next one. Next one, it has 4 rows and 2 columns. So order is 4 by 2. So transpose matrix, it becomes 2 by 4. So it becomes 2 rows and 4 columns. Then coming to the last one. So here also it is a square matrix. Therefore the order is 3 by 3. So see A, we have a matrix, and see A transpose, it is completely different. A new form we get. So it forms a new transpose matrix will be a new matrix. Now coming to the symmetric matrix. If A transpose is equal to A, then we call the matrix as A transpose. Sorry, we call it as symmetric matrix. So when A transpose is equal to A, that is the transpose matrix is equal to the original matrix, then we say that the given matrix is a symmetric matrix. Then skew symmetric. Q symmetric, when A transpose is equal to minus A. That is where the elements obey the rule Aij is equal to minus Aji. So that the diagonal must contain zeros. Then it is called as a skew symmetric matrix. Then equal matrices. When matrices are said to be equal. So two matrices are said to be equal if and only if each element of A, matrix A, is equal to the corresponding element of B. So here a very good example is given. So matrix A and matrix B, they are given A is equal to B. So see the A11 is matrix B is A, small a. And in matrix A11 element is 1. Therefore, A is equal to 1. So similarly, B equal to 0. C is equal to minus 4. D equal to 2. All this you have seen in plus 10th standard. So you can recall this. Then coming to matrix operations. So here first we will see the matrix addition. So two matrices can be added only when they are of same order. So see the first matrix A, it is a 2 by 2 matrix, and matrix B is also a 2 by 2 matrix. So we are able to add it as A plus B, and it gives you these elements A11 plus B11, A12 plus B12, A21 plus B21, A22 plus B22. So two matrices can be added or subtracted only when they are of same order. So see here examples of addition of two matrices. The first one cannot be added. Why? Order of the first matrix is 2 by 2 and order of the second matrix is 3 by 2. So both the orders or dimensions are different. So we cannot add the first two matrices. See the second one, it can be added. And see the third one, it also can be added. Okay, so remember that two matrices can be added or subtracted only when they are of same order. Now coming to multiplication of matrices. So multiplication of two matrices can be done only when number of rows, columns of the first matrix is equal to number of rows of the second matrix. So we'll take an example here. So see here, first matrix, what is the order? 1 by 3. And see the second one, order is 3 by 1. So see, number of columns of the first matrix is equal to number of rows of the second matrix. Number of columns of the first matrix is equal to number of rows of the first matrix. So we can multiply these two matrices and the order of the product matrix will be 1 by 1. Okay, so it will be 1 by 1. So it is clearly given here. These numbers give the dimensions of the final matrix. See the arrow marks, blue arrow marks and the red ones. So red ones shows that the number of columns of the first matrix is equal to number of columns of the rows of the second matrix. And blue ones show the order of the product matrix. Similarly, see the second one. First matrix, number of columns is 2 and second matrix, number of rows is 2. So both are equal. So the product matrix will be of dimension 3 by 4. So this is a very good example. So you can remember this, only when this is true we can multiply two matrices. Then so students, now we will see how to multiply a 3 by 3 matrix. So we will take A and B as two matrices. So AB is equal to 1, 0, minus 1, 0, minus 2, 2, 3, 1, 0. And B will take it as 0, minus 1, 2, 1, minus 2, 0, 3, 0, 1. So now we will multiply these two matrices. So both are 3 by 3 matrices. So how to multiply this? See here, take the first row and the first column elements. Okay, so take the first column elements and write on the top of this. So this is 0, 1 and 3. So now multiply with the first row. So 0 into 1 is 0 plus 1 into 0 is 0 plus 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. Then similarly you do it with the second row. So 0 into 0, 0 plus 1 into minus 2 is minus 2 plus 3 into 2 gives you plus 6. Then we will multiply with the third row. 0 into 3 is 0. 1 into 1 is 1 plus 1. Then 3 into 0 is 0. Now we remove this first column elements and we will write the second column elements, that is minus 1, minus 2 and 0. So now multiply again. Minus 1 into 1 is minus 1 plus minus 2 into 0 is 0 plus 0 into minus 1 is 0. Then we have 0, minus 1 into 0 is 0 plus minus 1 into 0 is 0 plus 2, minus 2 into minus 2 is plus 4, 0 into 2 is 0. Then with the third row, minus 1 into 3, minus 3, minus 2 into 1, minus 2, plus 0. Then we'll remove the second column elements and we'll write the third column, 2, 0, 1. So we have 2 into 1, 2, plus 0, minus 1. Then 2 into 0 is 0, 0 into minus 2 is 0, 1 into 2 is 2. Then 2 into 3, 6, plus 0 into 1 is 0. Then 1 into 0, 0. So finally it is equal to minus 3, minus 1, 1, 4, 4, 2, 1, minus 5 and 6. So this is the product of the two matrices. So this is how we multiply two matrices. So now remember children, the only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. So you have to practice problems. Only when you practice problems you will get interest and you will learn mathematics. Basic properties of matrices. Okay, assuming that all products and sums are defined for the indicated matrices A, B, C, I and O. So I here is identity or unit matrix and O here is the zero or null matrix. Then we have this addition properties. So the first one is associative property, A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. So change of bracket you can notice there. The next one is commutative, A plus B is equal to B plus A. Then we have additive identity. So O matrix, that is a null matrix, is the additive identity matrix. So A plus O is equal to O plus A is equal to A. And the additive inverse, A plus minus A is equal to minus A plus A is equal to null matrix, that is O. Then we see for multiplication, associative property for multiplication. So A into BC is equal to AB into C. So we say that matrix multiplication is always associative, always. So when you consider three matrices, matrix multiplication is always associative. But when you come to commutative property, in particular matrix multiplication is not commutative. In particular it is. So but in general it is commutative. So what it means? As we said for associative we said matrix multiplication is always associative. We cannot give that statement for commutative property. So commutative property in general it is commutative, not always. So you can remember that it differs depending upon the matrices. Then multiplicative identity, here I is a multiplicative identity. So AI is equal to IA is equal to A. Then multiplicative inverse is A inverse. So when you multiply a matrix A by A inverse, you will get the identity matrix. So A inverse is equal to A inverse A is equal to I. How to find A inverse? You will be learning in your +1 portion. Then combined properties, left distributive A into B plus C is equal to AB plus AC, and right distributive is B plus C into A is equal to BA plus CA. Then coming to applications of multiplication of matrices. So see here, we can use multiplication matrix to find out the level of red blood cells in a person. So we know that this is going on in hospitals, but we don't know that it is done by using matrix multiplication. So see here, matrix multiplication used to find the frequency of sickle cell for hemoglobin causes red blood cells to collapse and to calculate the possibility of this disease happening in progeny of a family. So first cell damage rate per time is identified, then it is converted into mathematical matrix equation, which is easier to find the result of blood cells. Then we have application of multiplication of matrices in graphic software. So it is used as such as Adobe Photoshop on your personal computer uses matrices to process linear transformations to render images. A square matrix can represent a linear transformation of a geometric object. So in hospitals, medical imaging, CAT scans and MRIs are here use matrices to operate. Then in physics related applications, matrices are used in the study of electrical circuits, quantum mechanics and optics. Engineers use matrices to model physical systems and perform accurate calculations needed for complex mechanics to work. And electronics networks, airplane and spacecraft and in chemical engineering all require perfectly calibrated computations which are obtained from matrix transformations. Then in physics also it is related applications. Matrices are used in study of electrical circuits, quantum mechanics and optics. And engineers use matrices to model physical systems and perform accurate calculations needed for complex mechanics to work. Then electronics networks, airplanes and spacecraft which are obtained from matrix transformations. Then chemical engineering all require perfectly calibrated computations which are obtained from matrix transformations. Then computer animations. Matrix transforms are very useful within the world of computer graphics, software and hardware graphics. Processor uses matrices for performing operations such as scaling, translation, reflection and rotation. Translation, reflection all you will be learning in the first chapter. Then in the Cartesian xy plane, the matrix 0, -1, 1, 0 reflects an object in the vertical y-axis. So in a video game, this would render the upside down mirror image of an assassin reflected in a pond of blood. So if the video game has curved reflecting surfaces such as a shiny metal shield, the matrix would be more complicated to stretch or shrink the reflection. Then in geology, matrices are used for making seismic surveys. They are used for plotting graphs, statistics and also to do scientific studies and research in almost different fields. Matrices are also used in representing the real world data like the population of people, infant mortality rate, etc. Now coming to the new concept. So this is a new concept you will be learning in +1. So the determinant of a matrix. So there are differences between a matrix and a determinant. So what is a determinant? Every square matrix can be associated with a real number called its determinant. So to find a determinant must be a square matrix. So the determinant of the matrix A, see it is a 2 by 2 square matrix is taken. So see how they have expanded it. The cross is shown there. So we multiply A11 into A22 minus A21 into A12. See the example, 2 2s are 4 minus 1 into minus 3. So it gives you finally 7. See the next example, 2 2s are 4 minus 1 into 4. So it gives you 0. And the third one, 0 into 4 minus 2 into 3. So it gives you minus 6. And see the last one, A is equal to minus 2. It is also a matrix of order 1 by 1. So its value is minus 2. So now we will see the difference between a matrix and a determinant. See the first one. A matrix cannot be reduced to a number and a determinant can be reduced to a number. So a matrix is just a form. A matrix is just a form but a determinant gives us a value. So consider, let A is equal to, we will consider a matrix. So we will take it as 2, 3, 0, minus 1. So see this matrix. So this is only a form. We cannot do anything further with this. But what is a determinant? Determinant is represented as this. Okay, this is a determinant. See, we call it as determinant A. And the matrix is put as a determinant. 2, 3, 0, minus 1. So we write only two straight lines. So it represents the determinants. And we can expand this. So what is it? 2 into minus 1 minus 0 into 3. So it is equal to minus 2 minus 0, which is equal to minus 2. So note the difference. A matrix is just a form, but a determinant is a numerical value. Then second difference is the number of rows may not be equal to the number of columns in a matrix. But a determinant, the number of rows is always equal to the number of columns. I have told you already. It must be a square matrix. We have seen in the definition. Okay. So, a determinant must be a square matrix. But a matrix need not be a square matrix. It may be of any order. Okay, order, that is number of rows can be different from number of columns. Then see the third difference. On interchanging the rows and columns, a different matrix is formed. But in a determinant interchanging the rows and columns, that does not alter the value of the determinant. So we will see here. So consider a matrix A. So let A equal to, we will consider a matrix 3, 4, 0, 2. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. So when we interchange the rows and columns, so what it is actually A transpose, and we get the matrix like this, that is 3, 4, 0, 2. That is, we write the rows into columns or columns into rows. So see here, both are not equal. A is not equal to A transpose. So we get a different form of matrix. So, but in case of determinant, find determinant of A. So what is determinant of A? 3 2s are, that is 3, 4, 0, 2. So it is 3 2s are 6 minus 4 into 0 gives you 0. So it is equal to 6. Then what about determinant of A transpose? It is 3 0 4 2. So it is equal to 3 into 2. 3 into 2 minus 4 into 0. So which gives you 6 minus 0, which is equal to 6. So see here, the value of the determinant is not changed, when a row is interchanged into columns. So these are the main differences you have to remember in case of matrices and determinant. So remember children, life is a math equation. In order to gain the most, you have to know how to convert negatives into positives. Have positive thoughts always. Be positive and take care. Thank you.